Welcome to the Bombadcast.
Oh my God. I can't believe it.
Hold on here. When Ghostbusters go. Oh, look!
We didn't even talk about this. This is the most badass cup. How did I not know
Dude.
we're gonna get this?
I didn't know. I think I saw they were gonna do this, but
Perfect.
like we got there and I was like, okay, you get 2 of these cups. And I saw the cup, I was like, that's perfect.
And it's
Oh,
glow in the
man.
dark. And it's glow in the
Yes.
dark.
It's glow in the dark. Hold on, we got someone wants to offer promotion. All right.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Raging
Ooh.
Ninny V. Raging
Listen.
Ninny.
Raging Ninny.
Go to Stream Rise. We're doing it.
Okay. Well, listen, we got to talk about a little independent film. And listen, okay. So, I think we should keep it let's do some reaction first.
Yeah.
And then we'll get into some spoiler because I don't want to, like, if you haven't seen it yet, if you're just coming here to see what we thought first, the thousands and billions and trillions of fans that are waiting on Scotty and I's word
on our bated breath.
Okay or not. Let me tell you what I thought of the movie. I bought a damn trap bucket.
You actually got the trap bucket? No way.
Yes. See, light turns on and off. This comes out. It closes. It rolls. Every knob on this thing, for some reason, turns.
Dude, it was like $40. Was it
Yes,
worth it?
Gunslinger, thank you for waiting. I'm sorry we were a little late because I had to go to the 7:30 showing. What were you saying, Scotty?
So was it worth the $40?
I believe so. There you go. You gotta
Oh, Jerry.
See, now I can stand out on my front porch and do this. Like
Wait, how does it feel? Does it feel nice? It looks like it'd feel nice.
It's got a good heft to it. It has it has AMC on the bottom.
When you finally get your full suit, are you gonna have the proton pack and that in your hand and your PK meter?
This is close. This would be good for like a Halloween costume. If I'm like doing legit, like I'd probably it's very detailed for one of these things for sure.
That's amazing.
It's got a lot of cool detail. I want one of the HasLab ones myself, personally.
Nice. Look at this.
But
we've got our special popcorn buckets.
Popcorn buckets. Woo! Yours is busting makes you feel good in that one for sure.
That's right.
I'm busting all day, and damn, has it felt good,
dude. Okay, so we're 4 minutes in. We haven't even talked about it.
We talked about the movie. Yeah.
We'll give our like 3-minute non-spoiler review because we want to gush about this. Jerry and I have not talked about this at all. A very fun movie. All in all, expands the lore to a different level I wasn't expecting. There's not many teary eye moments. I would say there's maybe 2. There's one that got me. It messed me up. But I was just blown away that they could have pulled it off with, and I will say this, it's not much of a spoiler, but by the end of it, you're watching about 11 or 10 of these Ghostbusters. Like, it's in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler.
Yeah, their thing. You know they all have to like band together at the end. For sure.
This is what you do with legacy sequels. Like, this is how you do a legacy sequel. Because, like, you can watch this and think, Jurassic World Dominion. You know what I mean? Like, we saw that one, and we were both like,
right.
Nightmare. That was a nightmare movie.
It was like, it was man, and I wanted all the Jeff Goldblum supremacy. Oh, Buck, love you too. Buck, if you've not seen the movie, we're gonna give like a couple more minutes of non-spoiler, and then we're gonna go into spoilers. So fair warning, okay?
Man,
love you too, though.
I loved this movie. I cannot wait to see it again. I think Kay and I are seeing it tomorrow night.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna see it again. So
okay, so I will say, at the beginning, because I think I've been, again, I don't know if you've known anyone on Star Wars Twitter who's been more hyped about this movie for a damn year than me.
No, it's only been you.
I don't know if it's because of that a little bit. At first, I was like, okay, this is moving a little fast.
Yeah.
What's going on here? But when it solidifies itself, and again, no spoilers, this is Saturday morning cartoon fun.
Yep.
Still has it's serious when it needs to be. It takes itself serious enough.
Yes.
Yes, Nick. I didn't listen. Are you? You're not sleeping with it, are you? It's always.
I did mine.
That's what I should.
Everything.
Like I could have quote Ghost. I love that you were watching Ghostbusters 2 today. By the way, I think you told me.
Yeah, dude, I was.
I love that you. I love that you're you're dipping your toes into the ghost head territory.
Well, I've been watching lore videos and everything, and this movie, not to spoil anything, doesn't really negate anything that came previously from what I've watched. So I don't know.
Well, you said it does some. So we'll get into it. It goes into some very interesting thing. Like they do expand the mythology. They expand the world.
Yeah.
They kind of what Ghostbusters in the shows has always done, and in the comics is it touches on more than just ghosts. It touches on paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't let. I don't want to. That's already too spoilery, and so I apologize for that. But I will say I felt it was a little too short, but that's a good thing because I felt satisfied. I said on Twitter, yes, thank you. Please 10 more.
Yes.
I'll take 10 more, please.
Yes.
It's addicting. I want a show. I want I want this anyway. That's the review. That's the review right now. And I'm going to be going to see it at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning with my parents again. We're going. They loved it, by the way.
Really?
We're talking I have to drive the conversation on the way home from the movies with them. Sometimes I'm like, I thought that was pretty good. But they were like talking. Just like,
that's amazing.
I really liked this part. My mom was like bringing up a part what I'll talk about in a second was just like, I was like, I was on the edge of my seat for that too. That was really cool.
It's awesome.
And so this is a family movie. A lot of people have been saying it's the scariest one. I don't even think I'd say that, honestly.
No, I wouldn't. There was some parts that I'm like, they're doing this. That I thought was interesting.
It does have the creepy elements like all Ghostbusters.
Yes.
But it felt just not more of the same. It just felt, okay, this feels right. We're in the universe, kind of a thing. And so, listen, with all of that kind of said, Scotty, I don't know if you have any more non-spoiler thoughts.
I want to show one image.
But catch up on the episodes and everything. And when are you going to go? When you go see it, we want to hear what you have to say about it.
Yes.
Okay? Seriously.
So I want to show you. I went with my dad. He kind of surprised me. And he was like, let's go see it.
I love that.
So I went with my dad. The image looks really weird because it was like during the middle of the trailer. But
that's
okay. My dad.
The legendary Chris Jarrow, man. I mean, come on,
Chris
J-Ro, man. Come on.
So I was thrilled to see it with him, and there was like one moment that like just struck a chord with me and him. But like I didn't expect it to resonate as well. And I guess if we were to do like a ranking system, 1 to 10 Slimers, I would have said this for me in terms of a Ghostbusters movie, it is a 9 out of 10. There were some things I thought that could be a little bit sharper, but and a little bit more clever. But there was one thing they had not done in a Ghostbusters movie, and it's not spoiling anything. There's a part where they do like parallel storytelling that I loved. Because usually it's like they're all focused on one thing, right? And that's the goal.
You're following you're kind of just following one character, or all the characters are on the same path.
Yes.
Right.
This one, however, has got really cool beats going one way and other really cool beats going the other way. And they converge like very much Stranger Things. The writing was I think the humor was obviously a lot better than Afterlife. Afterlife was hilarious, but the humor in this one was like, okay.
There's a lot more humor.
A few laugh out loud moments for me. But anyway, we need to get into spoilers because we're getting.
We need to get spoilers. And real quick, I will say too, like the thing that made this screening for me, and it wasn't packed, which is fine. Again, go see this movie, even if you like, or just if you just like the first movie, just go watch it. It's a fun time. But what made this screening for me was there was a couple in front of us wearing full Ghostbusters flight suits,
incredible,
like screen accurate.
Incredible.
And I got to say I like your flight suits and things like that. They didn't see my Raise a Cult hat, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll become best friends later. But there was also a mom that brought her two kids, her two little boys.
That's awesome.
And they were having a blast.
I had a bunch of kids behind me.
That did my heart good, man.
Me too.
Man, I mean, and I'm watching it, I'm like, man, aside from the sex dungeon joke, well, I mean, I'm gonna give that away anyway. It is a fun, it's
family
summertime blockbuster type movie is what it feels like. So
there was
go watch it. There
was one sweet moment that was really sweet where one character goes, what was that? And this little kid behind me goes, it's Slimer. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, he's not wrong. It was Slimer. But anyway, starting now.
What's funny is there was a moment like that with my father, and I'll tell about it when we get into the spoilers. So
here we go. Starting now, Jerry, do you want to rank it from 1 to 10 Slimers or Lady Slimers?
I would give Lady Slimers. Listen, Lady Slimers that's the other direction, like the negative direction of the.
Yes.
I think I would give it 9.5 Slimers and stuff. Again,
Slimers.
Just because there's so much for the potential, it leaves a lot of room for a lot of cool stuff to happen. And whether you care about Ghostbusters or not, I think this is a fun universe that
I agree.
You could do a lot of cool, fun things in. Let's just have some light popcorn movies, man. It'd be good to have another light popcorn fare to go to the theaters to see besides just a Marvel movie or things like that, you know?
I completely agree, and this movie definitely does that for me. And it still feels like a huge franchise movie. It has everything I like. And the promise of something later. So let's get into spoilers right now. I got a graphic all queued up for this. Let me get this graphic queued up just so y'all know and you're aware and you're ready to be able to if you're watching this and scrubbing through it, maybe you're excited to watch it later. I feel in terms of spoilers, there's some cool story beats we're definitely going to get into a moment, and some humor that I thought was
about to bust
top notch. Busting will make us feel good. The spoilers have started.
Okay, here we go.
All right. Favorite moment
for me?
Yeah.
Oh man. Honestly, so full spoilers. The moment when Garaka goes into, whenever you pull up on, and all this doesn't make sense to you if you haven't seen the movie. Fire Master, or whatever. Fire Master, smoking vape.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I laughed out loud. Because again, so
you the Fire Master.
I loved that part. That part was very extreme Ghostbusters, very real Ghostbusters. That felt, but like with a little more weight to it. Honestly, I think my favorite part, Kumail Nanjiani stole the show in this.
Yeah,
he stole the whole thing
in
a good way, in the best way.
Patton Oswalt took a back burn, like he had a whole scene,
a little bit.
But I thought he'd be in more of it, and he wasn't, which was surprising.
I did too.
I like it.
And again, so this sits at like I think a little less than 2 hours, right?
155.
Like it is 55
minutes.
It's a quick romp, which is why I'm saying, like, man, I mean, that's all the Ghostbusters films. Not the only one that's over 2 hours is Afterlife, and it's 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Yeah,
but that's just they're fun romps. It's just a lot of so you could throw them on. Like on a Sunday afternoon, if you don't have a lot of time, you know, and just like, but that to me, anyway. So the whole thing with Kumail and his character's background and everything, that might have been my favorite part. There's so many things I can't pick right away. I got to watch it again.
And I think
what's your favorite part right off the bat?
I think in about a month we should do a revisit of this movie after we sat
I
on
would
it
be
and
up for
looked at the
that.
themes of it. My favorite
Maybe
scene,
we could get it behind the mic on a podcast or something, like talk a little bit more at length.
I really, really enjoyed the fact that you got to see a ghost's perspective on all of this.
Yes.
That was badass.
Yes.
And I like that it was Phoebe that had to experience it. And then Phoebe wants to know what it's like to be a ghost. And boy, was that unsettling. That was probably the scariest part. I can see that scene freaking out the kids behind me. The part where Baraka or whatever it is, she's just repeating Garaka. I said Baraka.
Listen, you're about to sound like you're starting to sound like
the Horn Devil
or something.
The Horn Devil,
Barack Obama, the ice demon.
Yeah, man, dude, that was such a cool moment. And then the repeating of the chant and like her eyes being this crazy blue white color,
dude.
Oh man.
That was Eric. Hey, by the way, we're doing spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, if you don't want the spoil, I'm good to see you. But we're about to spoil the hell out of this. Okay.
Yep.
So just Claude shout out. That was the part that my mother was going on and on that she loved.
Yeah.
By the way, she thought that was really cool because she said she was like, I was just like, what's she gonna do to her? Like, is she gonna stop the? You haven't seen it? Okay, well, I love you. If you don't care about spoilers, you could stay. But we're seriously about to spoil every little square inch of it. You've had your warning. And I'm going to say a spoiler now. When she's in that chamber that removes ghosts from the possessed item and stuff, and I'm like, man, that I was like, I was on the edge of my seat for that too. But my mom was like, what was she gonna do? I was like, is she gonna like stop the timer? Is she gonna take her body? Is she gonna like what is she gonna do? Like the whole time you're on the edge of your seat, like thinking like what is gonna happen?
In that moment, Phoebe needed to be checked because like she was going down a kind of a dark path, and she was listening to a ghost that maybe didn't have the best intentions in mind, clearly didn't.
Right.
And felt betrayed by that ghost. And I couldn't tell if it was a friendship or a love relationship. I really couldn't tell off this view.
It felt more a little, I mean, I think it's a little bit of both because we know Phoebe established in the last one has trouble making friends.
And she has no girlfriends either. So,
right. But I mean, there was a little bit of, and I mean, the only thing is they didn't come out and say it, which I wish they would if it's like if they're going to do that. And whatever, like, I mean, just have the cojones to just come out and say it.
She's gay.
It feels like they might be trending towards that, which would be great because again, like this is the most diversity we've had in a Ghostbusters movie. Continue it. Like, let's just keep going down that path. Seriously. Because it felt right at the same time. Like there was a few times where I was like, are they going to kiss?
Yeah. We're going to see our first ghost makeout scene besides the blowjob scene.
And I was like, I don't know if that would have really worked as a ghost. Like when they were both ghosts though, when they were both ghosts is when I thought something was going to go down. But here's my thing that I loved. I loved the reveal of that character. And was it Melody is what she said her name
Melody
was, right?
Yeah.
So when we first meet her, you think that she's playing
Harold Ramis,
the ghost of Egon. Is what we think. Yeah, you think it's Harold Ramis. And then the reveal of her, I was like, because I remember them. We've been seeing Emily Allen Lind, by the way. Yeah. Fantastic in this role. She was so phenomenal.
But we didn't know her role, did we?
We didn't know we didn't. And she's been saying, I can't say anything because my role is a spoiler.
Yeah.
And man, the reveal that she is a ghost.
So cool.
Was it just immediately I'm like, okay, we're going down a path we've never really gone down before.
Yeah. So cool.
Like kind of in the cartoon, they played with stuff like that, but they still made them look kind of funny looking and stuff. But to have an actual, I love that they've got like just people ghosts and stuff.
Me too.
They're like, because like, I mean, I think like, and we don't know how the ghosts thing work. Like some of them are people who look weird, like the Scoleri brothers. Maybe the more evil you are, the more twisted you look, when you're
in the afterlife.
spiritual form,
Yeah.
or something. Which again, explore that stuff. But honestly, that has flavor of the comic.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
I would say, if you haven't, and again, all y'all out there, if you haven't read the comics, go for the comics. I'm serious. They're really good.
I really enjoyed that aspect of the story because I really wasn't expecting that at all. Great holding that back. I also liked, and this is it's a little bit of a complaint, but it's also something I liked. I liked that they didn't throw any surprise cameo characters at all. At all. It was kind of nice because I was expecting a Lewis Tully. I was expecting even Dana. I was expecting Dana. We didn't get that, and it was kind of nice. I was like, okay, making me hold back a little bit. That's okay, you know?
Well, and it's, this is a family film about the Spenglers, pretty much.
Yes, exactly. By the end of it, dude, I was...
Dude, the dad thing, and my dad kind of chuckled at that because everyone kind of gave that a little chuckle, which it's a chuckle-inducing moment, but at the same time, to me, that that hit hard. I was like, that's so awesome. That's so cool, man.
So cool.
It was like such a sweet moment where she just goes, Dad, Gary. It's just man, and I love their relationship too, right? Like, he's got the whole thing. Like, Gary is a part of their family now, pretty much. I mean, he's there. They are living in the firehouse, which I loved seeing the day-to-day of the firehouse. It was so fun. They still have that awesome family dynamic, but it feels a little more like there's a little more love, a little more warmth in it, and stuff. What did you think about Paul's kind of journey in this film?
Oh, it's great.
Gary Gruberson's did the whole hey, I need you to be an asshole to the kids.
Yeah. I did like when he popped off on her. I like when he popped off on her because the best line, and I've done this, I had to do this to students too, where I kind of have to fuss them almost like a dad. And when she walked off and she goes, didn't feel good, did it? He goes, not at all. Like it was
that sucked, didn't it?
That sucked, didn't it? I was like, damn, I know that feeling. Because you have to put kids, because they don't know everything, they're still learning, gotta kind of show them the way, and it doesn't always have to be a super nice way of doing it, but that's how you show the way. Where's the Slimer version of the Dune popcorn bucket? I need some.
Did you see the one I shared? Something some satire site made a post where it's like you eat it out of Slimer's ass or something, and I thought that was great.
That's freaking funny.
That's great. By the way, I revealed to my father today on the way to the movie that Slimer has a butt crack. He didn't know. He was like, Slimer has a butt. Like, no, it's got a butt.
Dad.
I never noticed till a couple years ago. Yeah, Dad. You know what? You know what I like? Slimer's ass crack.
Taint. No, I think it's super. I think it's super cool what they do with the legacy characters too, where they're more of a guiding light than like. Well, actually, I take that back. Take that back. Because Ray was 100% a full character. I was not expecting a full-fledged role. Dan Aykroyd was in, I would say, every other scene. And I was not. It was like when Han was in TFA. I wasn't expecting Han to be in every scene, but Ray is in every scene after he's introduced, and it's brilliant, and he's clever, and he's funny, and I guess can we get to the emotional part of this? Can I talk about the one part that made me actually tear up?
I would love to. Well, just like go for it. Yeah, let's bring it up.
Man, at one point it's Ray, and he's talking to oh my god, my brain's going blank.
When he's talking to
Winston, talking to Winston, and they're in this hallway by themselves, and they've always been the one. You can see it in the movies that have had the we need to talk about this moment, the revelations moment, the Ghostbusters, going to town, going to the party, being humiliated. They've had so many good character beats together. And when they have this one, they're talking about how you need to stay out of this. This is their fight. This is for them. That's what Winston's talking to Ray. And, you're getting too old for this. This is supposed to be your golden years. And he goes, I think the exact, say it again.
Well, Winston just is worried he's going to get hurt, which was but what were you going to say? The line that he says.
Yeah, can you say it? Do you know exactly what it was?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't remember the exact lines, but he's saying go on a vacation, go to some ancient ruins, sit your ass on a beach, just these are your golden years. And then he says, this is there's a little bit more, but he says, this is what I want to do with my golden years.
And
I love, he's like, this is what I love.
My dad was sitting next to me.
Yeah.
And he goes, yep. And I'm like, that's when I started tearing up. I'm like, oh my God. Because like
I haven't talked to you, but I'm pretty sure my dad too. Like, you know,
well, like,
just like, yeah. I love that we got to watch this with our parents.
It's so surreal. So I'm sitting next to him and I'm thinking like, you know, I have some not animosity towards my dad in any way, but like there's like sometimes like, why does he do the things he does? And I'm like, well, he's done raising me. He can go be like he could be a man. He can be not just a dad, but a person again, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like
parents are people too.
he's in his golden years right now. He's able to go and be on a boat all weekend and drink and be with his friends, and that's what he wants to do. And so I'm watching this movie. I'm like, that's when I teared up because it was Dan's delivery of it too. He was like, "This is what I want to do. This is what makes me happy." I'm like, oh my, because it's so true. Oh.
Yeah. It's a beautiful moment. I mean, we got the callback at the end with that, but I love that they set that up. They set that up so well with Ray, where he watches the Ecto speed past his bookshop, and just the look of just like he wants to be in that.
But it's okay.
They're busting ghosts. Yeah, and he's like, I know they got it and everything, and I love him and Podcast's relationship. By the way,
so
they
cool.
They have their own show.
He's at space camp.
Yeah. That was so funny.
He plays the tape.
Like, yeah.
Man, I do say the paranormal in this one is off the charts. I don't want to give any spoilers away. I love that they're all gravitating toward. Well, I'm trying to say it quietly. Cicadas in here.
Right.
Yeah. I love that they gravitate towards like the Garaka being like this like weird like paranormal shift where everything's attracted to it, where you see like it makes the other things go crazy. And you know, this is full spoiler. This is the spoiler. They keep warning us in the trailers that all the ghosts will be seen in this movie, and I'm watching it going, this is like movies barely has like 20 minutes left. There's no way they're going to execute this.
Yeah,
but they do what they did in Jurassic World. What Jurassic World was it? The one where they wrote the 1 and 2. What was Jurassic World 2 called? Jurassic World
Fallen Kingdom?
I think so.
I think.
And Fallen Kingdom, remember when they let all the dinosaurs out into the streets, into the city at the end of it?
Yeah.
And then in Dominion, they are hunting and cultivating.
Right.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say is at the end of this one, all the ghosts got out. Every one of them got, and they did not get brought back in, which I was like, brilliant, because that leaves open for third one and have it go you can go anywhere. And the 18-wheeler at the very end, there's a mid-credit scene, and there's an 18-wheeler of the Stay Puft marshmallows, and I this is what pumps it the most, because I'm a big Gremlins fan, and they haven't really been doing Gremlins that much justice. I know there's a cartoon series out now, I want to watch it, but like that was Gremlins too, like just in a different costume. I was so excited, because if that's the whole next movie is like just ghost havoc across the country, different sects of Ghostbusters or something. Oh my god!
They have to. I mean, you know, Winston at the end is talking whenever they have the microphone in their face. You're like, hey, you know, we're the Ghostbusters. We're here to take care of this stuff. You know, I love. Again, we all called it. Walter Peck is the mayor.
Yep.
Which was, again, we all saw it coming. Awesome. It fit perfectly. I thought it was great. I love, though, at the end, he didn't have any fight in him. He was trying to shut them down, but he doesn't have any fight. By the end, everyone is so, and I love that some guy in the crowd yells, "Yeah, let him go, Dickless," or something. Like somebody calls.
So
I don't know if you heard that.
I did not notice that.
Somebody yelled Dickless, like, "Hey, Dickless, leave him alone, Dickless," from the crowd.
What was there anything else that you wanted to touch on? Big things.
I'm trying to think. Okay, well, I mean, let's talk a little more about Kumail Nanjiani's character's history. How he's got this whole one of the I don't know if this is the part that was the funniest part for you, but to me the funniest part is when they go into that copper lined room that his grandmother had all like Garaka's horns and all the magical artifacts in, and they walk in and go, "Oh, nice sex dungeon." They start making jokes about the sex dungeon thing. I was laughing my ass off.
So
like
funny.
the whole like, would a sex dungeon have chains? And sure it was. Oh, definitely.
But also the fact that it's like a quiet room too. No noises can escape it. It's an apartment building. I love that. I love that they have the bronze over the wall. And for those that don't know, bronze was really a mythical element back in the day. People thought bronze was like it had actual
Bronze
mythical.
Age.
Yeah,
Everything.
so cool. So freaking cool.
They do that. That's what they do their homework with these movies.
Yep.
You done well. And so no, but I love the whole the whole lore where we haven't even talked about the opening, the cold open.
You nailed it. You nailed it.
Open up
on
the firehouse in 1904. And
Freaking
those are I didn't even put that together. I didn't even put that together that those
brilliant.
I saw the old-timey firefighters in the trailer. I didn't put it together. They were the ones from Hook and Ladder 8. And that they went
awesome. And
I'm like, that's why he's drawn there and everything, kind of a thing. Oh, also that they had so much lore to this because Peck shut down the containment unit. There's now a gate to the other side on that site. So that's why they have to stay there. They have to protect that place because that gate, which was really
Stranger Things, very Stranger Things. It's like the gates the upside down. It's so awesome.
I love it. I loved that. I loved the whole background again of Kumail Nanjiani being these things called these mystical early Ghostbusters. Essentially, you find out with magical powers, fire masters and everything. They were it was so cool. And so again, we've seen the person in the armor the whole time. Like, who's that guy in the armor jumping? That's Kumail Nanjiani.
Hilarious.
And his character was the best, man. Like, so we've got a character having conversations with a ghost. We've got this guy who has pyrokinesis. Got like a gate to the other side. The lore just like expands so.
It was so good.
Cool. It's so cool what they do. I'm like, they've already said we got a few more stories already, ideas ready to go.
The Ecto 1 being possessed. You have the Ecto bike. You've got the Ecto bike, which was incredible.
Ecto C and Ecto Z. I think Ecto Z is the van with all the packs in it and stuff, which is it's just a van with the Ghostbusters logo on it. But that was so fun.
A different proton pack that was fused with bronze, and it launched like a different color. They
took out some of the coal. That was so cool. That was so cool. Soon as I let out a little cheer when she walked up there with that pack. I'm like, yeah, she's gonna be able to get him.
It's sparking.
Yes. Oh, it was so fun.
Yeah.
Again, this is 100% the real Ghostbusters. It's what if the original movies started doing weird shit like the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
It's if you did that stuff movie quality and gave it time and had the family drama in there. And honestly, kudos. Congratulations to everyone involved. I loved it. I thought it was a fun time. And man.
Dude, the parallel stories were amazing.
Yes, parallel stories.
You had Phoebe podcast and you had Ray all go on their own little adventure to talk to the linguistic person, and then you've got on the other end I forget the new glasses guy. I forget the
Lars.
You've got
By
Lars.
The way, James Acaster fits right in, so perfect.
Yep. You've got Lars. You've got Lucky, and you've got what's Finn Wolfhard's character? Trevor, and you've got them on their own little journey figuring out what this whole new thing is and what how can it possess items. And I think the reveal of it was so cool that when it breaks out the little thing and it's all falling apart, you can't put it back together, and now he's in the containment, Garaka is in the containment unit, and then to me that means like you never know. He could totally show back up, and he was a formidable villain. I'm not gonna lie. By the time I was like an hour and a half in, I'm like, how are they gonna like finish off this villain? In a very tasteful way. They do. They actually do. Yeah. I was actually very surprised. I was blown away. And like I said, dude, it was so cool to see. Like I think it was 10 Ghostbusters. You've got Janine.
Yeah.
You've got Winston. You've got Ray. you've got Vinkman, you've got Podcast, you've got Lucky, you've got Gary, you've got Trevor, you've got Phoebe, you've got
Callie. Do we say
Callie? And then you've got Kumail's characters. So you've got 11 characters all busting at one point.
Man,
that was amazing.
That was so cool.
Different weapons too. And I don't know if you know this, Jerry. They brought up slime in this one, but it didn't go anywhere. And then if you look in the background when they're testing stuff,
I saw
slime. I wonder. What do you think of that? Because
I love that, because obviously they were keeping they produced their own positively charged slime in the second one. I love that they're kind of just like, Phoebe just brings a jar of it to Ray like it's a cup of sugar too, which I thought was great. You know, like, here's this mood slime, you want it, and everything.
It's awesome.
Was so cool. I love that they've got that other, like, those like extras who were essentially like, we got all these other, we got a parabotanist. Like, they got all these paranormal versions.
Oh, musicologist. There's a musicologist too.
Paramusicologist
playing a cello, I think. I also think too, like, when I was thinking through the trailers, watching this trailer leading up to it, I love the possessor ghost. That was fucking so cool. Jumping from the garbage can, the garbage bag, and then, you know, and like hopping through. And, dude, when he gets to the ecto, I'm like, it's done. I'm like, because you had told me there was going to be a car possession moment, but I wasn't expecting it to be at the height of the movie. And like they into the old Ghostbusters. Oh my god, man,
it was crazy. Which again, a very real Ghostbuster that happens in the cartoon. So many things that happen in this movie. You can see the inspiration from the old cartoons, which is great. And it feels like a Saturday morning adventure. This movie is structured like the first two movies.
Yep.
Where in that it's a mystery. The bad guy's not throughout. It is a mystery and build up to the final confrontation.
Exactly.
Like the first two movies, which I thought was fun. Again, like, and you don't have to do that for every movie.
No.
But these Ghostbusters movies are fun, a little spooky. They're also kind of mysteries. That's them trying to figure out, okay, we can't just bust this thing. What are we going to do?
Exactly.
How are we going to figure this out? And I love that. But even down to the end, man, where they, again, like, you have the crowd cheering for them when they come out. That was so fun. They hit a lot of beats that were very, very like the original movies, which is, again, without feeling like we're doing the same thing over and over again. It felt new.
Oh, it was definitely new.
Interesting.
It felt more new than Ghostbusters 2, and I mean that in a good way. It felt more new than that compared to 1. It felt more new than 1, but 1 is its own thing. And it felt like a big, because this really is the continuation of the New York story. And like, I told Katie, she's going to New York for the first time next weekend with her cousin who lives really close to there. And so she's flying up there, and I'm like, you have to see this movie before you actually go to New York, because it's kind of weird how contemporary these things are going to be with each other. I told her, if you go to the firehouse, there may actually be like a little event going on there. It might be kind of cool.
Well,
so
I mean, if they keep it up, the sign is bolted where it is bolted in the movies now.
Awesome.
There it lights up and everything. So,
man, and so the reason why I say that is because it does do a really good showcase of what New York looks like now compared to what it looked like in the 80s. Because 80s New York and now New York were very different places. New York now is a much cleaner, safer place than it was. Because in the 80s, it was, I mean, that's probably why they set it there. Because it was a little, it was, you know, not the best years for that city. Now that we look back on it, you know, the inclusion of crack into neighborhoods, like all these things are real things that happened in the 80s in New York. But now you see it from a different perspective, and they don't show the angry New Yorker. They show the hell, like it's, I don't know, that there's something to it. There's something to it. I'm so excited to go see it again, man. It's going to be a good rewatch movie. it's going to be a good one just to put on. It's one of those movies.
Yeah.
Afterlife to me is the emotional. I kind of have to focus like TLJ, but this is very much like Solo. Like you just put it on, you'll laugh, you'll enjoy it. And like, honestly, if there wasn't the sex dungeon joke, Jerry, this would have been a perfect movie to show Eleanor. Like it really,
honestly,
there was nothing else. You could quite literally skip past that if you really wanted to show her this movie.
Right.
There was nothing else.
Well,
in this.
even those jokes were very like tame.
Yes.
Right. It's just like in Man Kumail's line where he's like, "Please stop making sexual jokes about my dead grandmother." so funny. Good. Oh man. But yeah, no, it's a great movie. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Is this like a cinematic masterpiece? No, but it didn't have to be. It's just, again, it's just a lot of fun. We need stuff like this.
Yes.
Like in there to keep going. And honestly, I go see it. It's so
the
fun.
The tribute at the end was so nicely done.
That surprised me. It
didn't surprise me because this felt more like an Ivan movie than a Harold Ramis tribute. So it's for Ivan. And I didn't get emotional. Right. I'm like, you know what? This would have been the movie he would have directed in 2020.
Yeah.
4.
It wasn't a sad, it was more of a, oh, nice. Yeah. I mean,
exactly.
It was a fist pumping. Like he would have loved this. And yeah, no, you're right. It was an absolutely wonderful tribute to Ivan.
God.
Again, man, the kids, there were kids who had the original Ghostbuster shirts there too, like the blue,
cool,
the turquoise shirts with the thing.
Yeah.
I want to go back. I can't wait to watch it again and capture the little details in each thing. But man,
we will
this was
spend the rest of the night talking about it. And how about we guarantee this to our listeners that are wanting to get more of an analytical perspective and maybe a thematic analysis. And about let's say about a week or 2 weeks from now, right, maybe the middle of April, we'll have seen it maybe a couple of times under our belt. I'm going to take some notes when I see it for the third. I'm going to see it at least one more time after I see it.
I'm going to try to.
I want to see it. I want to see it 3 times.
I got tickets for tomorrow, and I got tickets for Sunday, and I'm probably going to go Monday after work. So
I love you. God, I love you.
It's
worth it. It's worth it, and I cannot wait to see it. Yeah. Oh, by the way, anyone watching this now or watching it later, Phantom Menace tickets go on sale. Make sure you buy them.
Man.
I'm gonna see it because my theater is already listed.
Saw this.
Okay, did your theater list what times they're playing it yet? Please tell me they did.
A couple.
If you look it up, it'll tell you. But I think the Acolyte little thing at the end is what people want to go see. Honestly, I am gonna hopefully see that movie 15. My goal is 15 times in theaters. That's my goal. I love that. That's the goal.
I love that.
This movie 3. So, my lights are going off. Time for bed.
Oh no, it's time to go. It's time for bed.
I love all of you.
Go to bed.
I love all of you. Jerry, I'm so glad we built up this whole journey. We've been talking about this for literally months. So here we are, the night of the review.
This has been such a great build-up.
There is more coming.
I'm so happy. Yes.
We will do a deeper analysis soon. Jerry, what should the good people do? What should they do?
You should bust if it makes you feel good, and bust whenever you want, baby. Bust all the time. Busting makes you feel good, and you should also make sure that staying bombad makes you feel good. Stay bombad.
Did you say impossible?
Pasquale?
Only kidding, Chucky. I've changed my tune because I finally thought of a possible dream that we can all share.
What is it?
Pasquale?
It's a dream about a world when nobody is poor or sick or hungry.
Oh, now that's a dream we can make come true.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right.
As I point up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind.
I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top,
in a little bit.